Danny Flexen here for SecondsOut. Delighted to be joined by the voice of Queensbury Promotions, Dev Sani.
Say it every time, Danny. You're going to get me in trouble. You're going to get me kicked out of the office.
Maybe that's my plan. What would you prefer? What's an apt moniker for Dev Sani, a man who wears many hats?
Just the very irritating Dev Sani. That'll do.
That's what you want. That's what you get. So, Mr. Very Irritating Dev Sani, as this fight's got closer, Usyk against Dubois, we are here in Bermondsey Boxing Club, of course, to see the media workout of Daniel Dubois. Have you changed your opinion at all on the fight itself as it's got closer and Dubois has been preparing out in Spain?
No, not really. I'm backing Dubois to do this, so I'm still backing him to do it. I haven't seen him since he's been back from Spain, so we're going to have a look at him today. Don Charles is hyped up. Don Charles has taken Dubois up to the Spanish mountains, and this training at altitude. Daniel hasn't done any of this stuff before. This is something that's just sort of fallen on his lap. If he was still with other trainers, that wouldn't have happened. Don Charles has this kind of setup available to him, taking Daniel out there, isolation, miles away from home, no distractions. And I guess he's going to come back, and we'll see him today, as a bigger, better, stronger, more focused, more determined Daniel Dubois. That's what I'm hoping to see. And hopefully, a bit of luck, and get it done.
Do you think people are sleeping on Dubois? There's so much talk about Joshua and what he's doing, and Fury fighting Ngannou and so on. Do you think people are sleeping on him and on this fight to an extent?
I don't think they're sleeping on the fight. I think people appreciate that this is, the unified world heavyweight title was on the line. Oleksandr Usyk is a bit of a modern-day boxing legend. I think they are sleeping on Daniel Dubois' chances in the fight. I think he's being widely written off, probably unfairly. I think people are looking quite heavily into the Kevin Lerena fight. As far as I'm aware, he went into that fight injured, which isn't great, and explains a lot. Hopefully he's not injured heading into this one, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like he's okay. And look, he's being widely written off, and it's up to him to prove all the doubters wrong. We believe in him. We believe he hits very, very hard, and we believe he's got more than just a puncher's chance in there as well. He's just a bigger guy, and he's fearless. That's the key here, fearlessness, and not overthinking it. We've seen other fighters overthink it in there, try and figure out Usyk, trying to outbox Usyk. I don't think Daniel Dubois is going to be bothered about what Usyk's doing in there. He's just focused on what he's doing. He might get chinned himself on the way to doing it, but he's going to give himself the best chance.
Overthinking is something that's been levelled at Anthony Joshua quite a lot over the last couple of days since his performance against Robert Helenius. What did you make of that performance, and do you think it's the end for Anthony Joshua, or can he still progress with a new trainer?
Well, he's still developing, isn't he? Isn't that what we keep hearing? I don't know, look, they would have gone into the fight wanting a highlight reel knockout and momentum heading into a potential fight with Deontay Wilder. They got a highlight reel knockout, they got some momentum. However, the first 6 rounds or so didn't look great, did it? It was quite tentative. It wasn't old AJ. If anything, it looked like perhaps an old AJ rather than the old AJ, which he's just a different fighter now. It's battle scars. We've seen this happen with heavyweights over the years. It happened to Vladimir Klitschko, right? He used to wildly go in, Olympic gold medalist again, go in there, knock everyone out, knock everyone's head off kind of thing. Then he got chinned himself a few times. Then he had to change everything, and he became the master of his style. Anthony Joshua is going through the same thing, but hasn't become the master of his style. That's the problem, because he's still trying to figure out what his style is, and he's sort of caught betwixt and between, and that's not good news in a fight with Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder is not caught betwixt and between. He knows exactly who he is.
And from what we're hearing now, Deontay Wilder wants another fight before AJ, maybe in October. They're talking about AJ having 1 or 2 before Wilder. Is this a reflection of how his performance? Do you think they were expecting more against Helenius?
Look, to be honest, I'm not sure this Wilder fight's going to happen. Unless they age him out completely. The guy's going to be 38 in October. He's getting older. He's certainly not... and his style relies on fast twitch muscle fibres, right? They inevitably slow down. He's 38 soon, he'll be 39 next year, 40 the year after. You know the maths from here, Danny. You get how it works. But maybe Joshua's best chance is to age him out. I think they'll make all the correct noises about trying to make the fight next year. We're going to sit down with the Saudis. We're going to do this. He wants Wilder next.
Is this your Eddie Hearn impression?
It's kind of, yeah. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I'll be very, very, very surprised if he fights Deontay Wilder next. The people around him will know how that fight's going to go. As much as they can say, like, oh yeah, no, AJ's going to knock him out. If he hits Wilder, he'll knock him out as well. I don't. And here's the thing: people are talking about how Deontay Wilder can be outboxed. That's no big achievement to outbox Deontay Wilder. Johan Duapis, Eric Molina, many others. Luis Ortiz notably, and he hurt Deontay Wilder. But outboxing Deontay Wilder is not a particularly difficult thing to do. The point is that Deontay Wilder doesn't try and outbox anyone, he just tries to knock them out. So whilst Joshua might outbox him for the 90 seconds or so that it lasts, it doesn't mean much when Wilder lands. That's kind of it.
Now, another kind of story or development that broke yesterday, I interviewed Ben Shalom. I think he did 2 interviews yesterday, in similar vein in that after a long time of talking about working with other promoters and everyone getting on and that kind of stuff, he kind of went in a little bit on Matchroom yesterday, and when he was talking about Matchroom apparently trying to disrupt his business, he mentioned Queensbury as a company that he has been able to work with successfully. Just wanted to know what you think about Boxer and Ben Shalom and working together collaboratively.
I don't know. I mean, these are conversations that will happen between, the George and the Frank, the promoters kind of thing. If Ben Shalom's got beef with Matchroom, that's his beef. That he's fresh on the scene and he's still kind of figuring out, I don't know, who to trust and whatnot, and who he can talk to and how things work. And you're going to find other promoters in this industry. You're going to find people trying to take advantage of that. So let's see how he gets on. I think it's very impressive that he is where he is at such a young age, and I wish him all the best.
How much collaboration do you think is possible, genuine collaboration in a sport like boxing when it is so competitive?
Yeah, listen, everyone wants to satisfy their broadcasters. Essentially, everyone's got their own broadcast deal and they want to deliver the best fights to their broadcasters. The key is being able to deliver the best fights for the fighters as well, for the best purse. So it's a kind of conflict of interest at times, how that works. And you just got to be, you just got to have those good relationships. And I think we are seeing that more and more. I feel like the Cold War, during the coldest period between Matchroom and Queensbury, it feels like that's not really a thing anymore. It feels like George and Eddie speak, George and Ben Shalom speak. I think conversations happen, and the odd fight gets made here and there. You saw Joe Parker and Joe Joyce, although that was a bit of an odd one because that fight was kind of there anyway, and then Boxer got involved, and then it happened anyway on BT at the time. But I'd like to see a few more happen before I can really commit to saying everyone's going to sit around and do kumbaya and and get fights on together.
Is it a relief maybe when you see 2 other promoters going at it and Frank Warren is firmly out of the equation in terms of these battles?
I think Frank's he's seen it all come and go, and there he is. The man is here himself. Look, he's seen them all come and go over the years, and he'll always come out on top.
Frank's here at 10 o'clock in the morning in South London. I'm amazed. He must have, yeah. Just finally, would you be willing to act as a mediator between Shalom and Hearn? We know, I know you want to be known as the very irritating Dev Sani, but I see you as someone who can bring people together.
I'd happily irritate them both. It makes no bones to me. If they want to have a chat with me and I can sort of mediate between them and...
Like a gloves are off.
Yeah, happy to mediate that, no problem. I don't know why they'd choose me to do that, but I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm here for it, mate.
Great stuff. Dev, really appreciate it, mate. Cheers, mate. Thank you.